What's going on, y'all? This is your boy, Eli, the voice that you never knew you needed. But I'm here. Breaking news out of New Orleans. New Orleans. Derek Carr. Things suddenly have major questions. Derek Carr is now dealing with a shoulder injury that might threaten his next, the 2025 NFL season. So we see here today, New Orleans is at 9, pick 9 in the draft. That's big for New Orleans. I think they have a pretty good team, even though they're in um salary crap hell. So only one thing left to do is pick my man Shador Sanders at number 9. I think a great pick. You'll have somebody for the future, and if somehow Derek Carr is able to make it this year, then he's there. But he can learn. Shador can learn from him a little bit, even though I believe this is where I wanted Shador to go in the first place. But honestly, that's big news, and I think it's just in time, I guess, since it's the draft. I'm gonna tell you this with the whole injury, and this is what you get. You get a accurate, smart, no coverages, elite pocket presence quarterback to pair up with Chris Olave, Brandon Cooks, Shishi, Kamara, and an improved offensive line that they did over or this past year. I think you give him time and just let him be a rookie. And Kellen Moore, hopefully Kellen Moore could, I believe in Kellen Moore as an offensive coordinator. Look what he did he won a Super Bowl with the Philly, and what he helped with Dak. Some of his best years is with Dak. I just think that is perfect for Shador. I've said this before. I wanted Shador to go to New Orleans in the first place just because I just felt like that's the vibe that he has, that New Orleans Southern vibe, man. But yeah, I think it's awesome. But if they pass up, who knows? I don't think I don't think Pittsburgh is going to jump to 8 or jump or even get lower enough to even pick Shador. Since this happened, this is big. This is switches up everybody's mock drafts. When I say that is because I've seen some people have Shador dropping all to 21 to Pittsburgh. I don't believe that at all. Now I believe New Orleans is going to be dead set picked on Shador. So yeah, that's just one of the news. And another thing, my take is I think they already knew when Coach Prime said I like these colors and the CU colors and New Orleans Saints colors are the same. I think he kind of already knew that's where they're going, but I don't think New Orleans even really put it out there because I think they don't want nobody to jump him. That, and they said they knew that Derek Carr had this injury for a while. So if that's the case, they're not surprised by it. They're going to pick Shador the whole time. Not just that. Now they got to worry. Now they got to worry if somebody jumps him. Just simple fact is, it's out there. Derek Carr's out there. Now they know. Hey, but I don't believe anyone will jump him. It's too rich for Mike Tomlin and Pittsburgh to even get down to there, unless they give up the farm, which I doubt. I still believe that Aaron Rodgers is going to be there, so that's just kind of how I see it. But yeah, unbelievable. It just happened this weekend. Well, it happened yesterday. So we'll all see. We'll see how the draft goes. I'm excited. Now moving on to what I believe is super big for college football in the whole. The simple fact is this is big when it comes to the NIL era and what happens from what happens down the line from here. To me, it just baffles me how this kind of took place. Nico, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Sorry, dog. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Josh Heupel and Tennessee Volunteers are moving on from him. He's asking for $4 million, and he's probably been shopping around. But let's not get this misconstrued or fucked up. He's already been shopping around, and people's going to offer him that money. If Carson Beck down in Miami can get $4 million, I believe Nico can get the same thing. That's just me. Who knows? He wasn't a top tier quarterback so far, but he's still young though. He was a freshman, a true or a true sophomore, one of the two. It's just I feel like more college teams now have the right to be like, hey man, we're gonna walk away from it. You guys want this money? I'm just gonna, you know what? It's just like getting released. But at the end of the day, so it's just like getting released. But now colleges don't have cap hits. So that right there just makes it, hey, we're not paying you $4 million. We're Tennessee. We're gonna go get somebody else, or maybe one. See you later. Or they probably got somebody a backup. I'm not exactly sure because I'm not the in depth of telling you the backup quarterback to Nico, but I think he's a great talent. I honestly think he's going to find somewhere. Someone's going to pay him what he wants. That's not going to change anything. It's just not where he's going to go. I seen that he even put a flyer out there to Oregon to see if Oregon wants to take him, but I think Oregon has the transfer from UCLA, I believe. I forget his name, but yeah, I think that is crazy. But this is what I know. People's like, it's the NIL era and it's hurting college football. It is in a way, but at the end of the day, this is what it is now. There's nothing you can do about it. So we just wanted to take it for what it is. Everybody, the old grumps, the old, what is it, good old boys are gonna have to take it for what it is, man. These kids deserve money. I understand it. Shoot, I was a college football player that had no fucking money, so I totally understand how these dudes want to get some money. Here's one of the grumpy old whites, what's the name? Finding Bomb from ESPN. I love and hate this dude. Great journalist, great all that. But he sometimes just be pissing me off. But check out what he says about this whole situation.
Well, Tennessee is moving on from quarterback Nico Iamaleava, sources told ESPN's Pete Thamel this morning. The decision comes a day after Iamaleava surprised coaches and teammates by not showing up for practice. Sources said Iamaleava was looking for more NIL money. He is expected to enter the transfer portal when it opens next week. The Volunteers hold their annual spring game today, in fact, in a couple hours. Let's welcome in Tennessee alumnus Paul Feinbaum. Okay, Paul, the floor is yours. What's your initial reaction to Tennessee's decision to essentially let Nico go?
I think the fans that I talked to yesterday afternoon, Shay, agree with this, that it is the right call. And it's the right call because they've already been held hostage to a degree by Nico and his people. They went to bat for him about a year ago. They fought the NCAA, who wanted to rule him ineligible because of the recruiting.
I'm going to say that's shock for him to say it, especially an alum and one of those good old boys. Totally shocked that he said that's a good thing.
And they stood by and they kept his eligibility. They gave him a chance. And by the way, he helped to reward them by helping Tennessee get to the playoffs last year. But the bigger story here is beyond Nico. This is an inflection point in the history of college football. This is the first time in this NIL era that we have had a literal holdout. Happens every day in the NFL. It's never happened in college football. He was expected to make about $2.5 million. And while people are seeing their 401s crash right now, he wanted more than that.
Okay, that is something that is crazy. Okay, 4.5 or 2.5 million already as what, a 19, 20-year-old, which understandable. But come on, dog, you want more money, and it's that is crazy. But that's just what it is.
Reportedly, as much as $4 million. And Tennessee finally said, you know what, we're done. What's interesting is he's not that great. So. I talked to various sources around the SEC yesterday, and I said, tell me where he ranks out of the 16 quarterbacks in the SEC. They said somewhere between 6 and 8. Tennessee saw the same thing, and that's why he is no longer on the Tennessee roster this morning.
Gotta love Paul Feinbaum, always keeping it real. Now you look at this story, and I am certain that the next place that he wants to go is going to look at it as well. What are Nico's best options when the portal does open next week?
Well, he grew up in California, so you have to look to that direction. One interesting part of this is he can't go anywhere within the SEC. There is a new clause in the spring portal. You can't go within the SEC. Now, you can do that in the portal that ends after the season. So I would have to guess the West Coast. Obviously, there's plenty of places out there, Oregon, USC, natural places. But I wonder, Shay, how excited our school is going to be to deal with his representatives. And I say his representatives. His father's involved. He's got agents involved. This is a very nasty situation. It has left a stench across college football. So I would say buyer beware.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to say it because I don't like the Thunder kids. But yeah, he has ups and downs last year. And just like Feinbaum said, he's not a top echelon quarterback. But I guarantee this, you put him with Riley out there in USC, he's going to become one of those boys. So, but I don't think USC is going to be willing to pay him $4 million a year. How about my man Nico? Go get a true NIL. Don't worry about the collective. Get a true NIL deal. But you gotta play for that NIL deal. Just like I always say, just like Travis and Shador, they truly had NIL deals. The collective didn't give them no money at CU. They had true NIL deals, which was dope that they gave money to the collective for their teammates. And again, y'all hating on Shador about all that good stuff, all that bullshit too, because him and Travis putting money into the collective for their teammates. And you say this guy's just arrogant and only cares about himself. Y'all scouts and bullshits that be saying those damn comments, you goddamn lie. But anyway, what do y'all think about the whole Derek Carr situation? And what do you think they should do in the draft? And where Tennessee goes next? And what do you think he'll land? And what's this transfer portal going to be like? He can't go to SEC like you heard. He has to either go to Big 12 or ACC or Big 10, all that good, all that. So, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Let's have that conversation going. Remember, it's the host that you didn't think you wanted, but I'm here. All right, y'all. Love, peace. We'll see you to the next time. Peace.